Welcome to our channel. Today, we're celebrating the incredible career of Eddie Murphy, a comedic legend whose unique blend of humor and charisma has entertained audiences for decades. From iconic roles in classic comedies to memorable voice performances in animated films, Murphy's versatility is unmatched. Let's take a closer look at some of his most significant films and what makes each one stand out. We start with 48 Hours, released in December 1982. With a budget of $12 million, it grossed $49 million. Murphy plays a wisecracking convict who teams up with a cop to catch a killer. Fun fact: this film is credited with popularizing the buddy cop genre, earning a rating of 7.0 and 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Next up is Trading Places, released in June 1983. With a budget of $15 million, it grossed an impressive $91 million. Murphy stars as a street hustler who swaps lives with a wealthy executive, leading to hilarious and insightful social commentary. Trivia: the film is celebrated for its sharp wit and social critique, holding a rating of 7.5 and 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. In December 1984, Murphy starred in Beverly Hills Cop, which had a budget of $15 million and grossed a staggering $234 million. He plays Axel Foley, a Detroit cop who investigates a murder in Beverly Hills. Fun fact: this film became one of the highest-grossing comedies of all time and solidified Murphy as a major box office draw, earning a rating of 7.3 and 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Murphy continued his success with The Golden Child, released in December 1986. This film had a budget of $20 million and grossed $79 million. He plays a private detective tasked with rescuing a mystical child. Trivia: although it received mixed reviews, the film showcased Murphy's comedic talents in a fantasy setting, holding a rating of 5.6 and 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. In May 1987, he returned to the Beverly Hills franchise with Beverly Hills Cop 2, which had a budget of $25 million and grossed $138 million. Murphy reprises his role as Axel Foley, bringing even more laughs and action. Fun fact: the film features memorable one-liners and action sequences, earning a rating of 6.5 and 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. In June 1988, he starred in Coming to America with a budget of $39 million that grossed $288 million. Murphy plays Prince Akeem, who travels to America to find true love. Trivia: this romantic comedy is beloved for its humor and heart, holding a rating of 7.1 and 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. Next up is Harlem Nights, released in November 1989. With a budget of $30 million, it grossed $95 million. Murphy co-writes and stars in this film about a nightclub owner and his son. Fun fact: the film features an all-star cast, including Richard Pryor, but received mixed reviews, holding a rating of 5.6 and 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. In February 1990, he appeared in another 48 Hours, which had a budget of $40 million but only grossed $15 million. Murphy reprises his role alongside Nick Nolte in the sequel. Trivia: despite its lower box office performance, the film still features great chemistry between the leads, holding a rating of 5.9 and 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. In December 1992, he starred in The Distinguished Gentleman with a budget of $20 million and a gross of $31 million. Murphy plays a con artist who runs for Congress. Fun fact: the film offers a satirical look at politics, earning a rating of 6.0 and 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. In May 1994, he returned for Beverly Hills Cop 3, which had a budget of $70 million but only grossed $42 million. Murphy once again plays Axel Foley in this action comedy sequel. Trivia: while it was highly anticipated, the film received mixed critical responses, holding a rating of 5.5 and 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. In September 1994, he starred in Muriel's Wedding, a supporting role that showcased his versatility, although he is better known for his lead roles. The film grossed $20 million against a budget of $12 million and holds a rating of 7.2 and 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. In July 1996, he starred in The Nutty Professor, which had a budget of $70 million and grossed $273 million. Murphy plays multiple roles, including the bumbling professor and his alter ego Buddy Love. Fun fact: this film was a huge hit and showcased Murphy's incredible range, holding a rating of 5.6 and 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. He then appeared in Dr. Dolittle, released in December 1998. With a budget of $70 million, it grossed $144 million. Murphy plays a doctor who can communicate with animals. Trivia: the film was a family favorite and led to several sequels, holding a rating of 5.4 and 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. In June 1998, Murphy lent his voice to Mulan, which had a budget of $90 million and grossed $304 million. He voices Mushu, a dragon who helps Mulan in her quest. Fun fact: the film received critical acclaim and is a beloved Disney classic, holding a rating of 7.6 and 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. In May 2001, he starred in Shrek, which had a budget of $60 million and grossed $484 million. Murphy voices Donkey, a wisecracking sidekick to Shrek. Trivia: the film won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature and is a cultural phenomenon, holding a rating of 7.9 and 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. He returned for Daddy Daycare in May 2003, which had a budget of $60 million and grossed $165 million. Murphy plays a father who starts a daycare. Fun fact: despite mixed reviews, the film was a box office success, holding a rating of 5.5 and 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. In May 2004, he reprised his role in Shrek 2, which had a budget of $150 million and grossed an impressive $935 million. The film continued the adventures of Shrek and Donkey. Trivia: it became one of the highest-grossing animated films ever, holding a rating of 7.2 and 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. In December 2006, he starred in Dreamgirls, with a budget of $75 million that grossed $103 million. Murphy plays James Thunder early in this musical drama. Fun fact: his performance earned him an Academy Award nomination, holding a rating of 6.5 and 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. In February 2007, he appeared in Norbit, which had a budget of $60 million and grossed $95 million. Murphy plays multiple roles, including the title character. Trivia: despite its commercial success, the film received harsh criticism, holding a rating of 4.3 and 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. In May 2007, he returned for Shrek the Third, which had a budget of $160 million and grossed $798 million. The film continues the adventures of Shrek and friends. Fun fact: it received mixed reviews but was still a box office hit, holding a rating of 6.1 and 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. In July 2008, he starred in Meet Dave, which had a budget of $60 million but only grossed $11 million. Murphy plays an alien in a human body. Trivia: the film was a departure from his usual roles and did not resonate well with audiences, holding a rating of 5.0 and 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. In June 2009, he appeared in Imagine That with a budget of $50 million and a gross of $18 million. Murphy plays a businessman who discovers the power of imagination. Fun fact: the film explores themes of family and creativity, holding a rating of 5.4 and 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. In November 2011, he starred in Tower Heist, which had a budget of $75 million and grossed $153 million. Murphy plays a thief who helps a group of employees take back their stolen pensions. Trivia: the film features a strong ensemble cast and is a fun heist comedy, holding a rating of 6.0 and 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. In March 2012, he appeared in 8,000 Words, with a budget of $40 million but only grossing $14 million. Murphy plays a man who can only speak 1,000 words before he dies. Fun fact: this film showcases a more introspective side of Murphy, holding a rating of 5.7 and 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. In September 2016, he starred in Mr. Church, which had a budget of $8 million and grossed only $1.2 million. Murphy plays a cook who becomes a father figure to a young girl. Trivia: the film is a heartfelt drama that highlights Murphy's dramatic talent, holding a rating of 6.8 and 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. In October 2019, He appeared in Dolomite Is My Name, which had a budget of $10 million but only grossed $9 million. Murphy plays Rudy Ray Moore, a comedian who creates the character Dolomite. Fun fact: the film received critical acclaim and is a love letter to the blaxploitation genre, holding a rating of 7.3 and 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Finally, in March 2021, he returned for Coming to America with a budget of $60 million but only grossing $24 million. Murphy reprises his role as Prince Akeem in this long-awaited sequel. Trivia: while it didn't achieve the same success as the original, it still delighted fans of the first film, holding a rating of 5.8 and 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Eddie Murphy's filmography showcases his immense talent and versatility as an actor, spanning multiple genres and decades. From unforgettable comedies to heartfelt dramas, he has left an indelible mark on the film industry. Which of Murphy's performances do you cherish the most? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into your favorite stars.